From Zero to Hero, the Underdog Story. Chapter 1. Born with nothing, but not worthless. Look at these hands. Empty. Look at this heart. Full. I had no shoes, but I had feet. I had no money, but I had a dream. That dream was born in a storm. Let me tell you about the storm. Rain leaked through our roof. Cold floors. Empty cupboards. I slept in a corner, shared with cockroaches. Outside, broken streets. Broken promises. Broken people. You know that smell? Damp, concrete, rotting hope. That smell haunted my childhood. My father, gone before I knew his voice. My mother, worked till her hands bled. She'd come home, eyes hollow, too tired to hug me, too proud to cry. I'd watch her shoulders shake, silent sobs. No hero came to save us, no magic fix, just survive. At school, they laughed at my patched clothes, called me garbage boy. Teachers sighed when I walked in. You'll never be anything. Their words were knives, cutting deep. Friends, I had none. Who wants the poor kid? Who wants the boy with holes in his soul? One frozen night, I found a magazine in the trash. A photo of a man standing tall. A skyscraper behind him. Sunlight on his face. I want that light, I whispered. Right there, in the dark. A tiny flame ignited. In my chest, a voice said, more. That voice, it scared me. It saved me. Doubt screamed, you're nothing. You'll fail. Stay small. But belief whispered, what if? What if you try? What if you rise? I fed belief crumbs of courage, one crumb at a time. Poverty isn't just empty pockets. It's empty eyes, empty futures. It tells you, this is all you deserve. But listen to me now. That's a die. Your beginnings don't own you. Your pain doesn't define you. Scars? They're proof you fought. I stood before a mirror, 12 years old, tears streaming. I slapped my own face. Heart, stop crying. I yelled, then softer, start fighting. That night, I made a promise to the boy in the glass. We climb. You hear me? I was not worthless. Neither are you. Broken homes build unbreakable spirits. Empty bellies hunger for greatness. No shoes. Your feet can still march forward. No money. Your dreams are priceless. Say it with me. I am not my circumstances. Louder. I am not my past. Scream it. I am power. I am possibility. I am unstoppable. They called me Zero. But Zero? Me? It's where heroes start. It's the void before creation. The silence before the roar. From nothing, we build empires. From nothing, we become legends. Your nothing is your launch pad. Your pain is your fuel. Born with nothing. Good. Now you have nothing to lose and everything to gain. Ignite the spark. Burn the sky. Chapter 2. The world said no. I whispered, yes. Close your eyes. Remember that feeling, that crushing weight when the door slams shut. Not once, Not twice, but again and again. I lived it, breathed it, choked on it. Every no felt like a nail in my coffin. Every rejection screamed, "You don't belong." But deep down, a tiny flame flickered. I cupped my hands around it, fed it, with tears, with rage, with hope. They rejected me, again and again. But I refused to reject myself. I whispered. Jobs turned me away. Schools shut me out. Even family said, "Stop dreaming, be realistic." I stood in lines that led nowhere, handed out resumes like prayers, watched others chosen while I stood invisible. Each no carved another scar on my soul. I'd walk home in the rain, head down, heart raw. Why, is there room for me anywhere? The world felt like a crowded room, with no seat left at the table, no space for my name, no place for my voice. Oh, and that's where it hit hardest. Friends faded like old photographs. Silence became my only companion. I'd sit in my tiny room at midnight, staring at cracked ceilings and empty walls, asking, "Does anyone see me? Does anyone care?" Loneliness isn't just empty space. It's an echo chamber for doubt. It whispers, "You're forgotten. You are irrelevant." I felt like a ghost in my own life. Present, but unseen. Alive, but unmourned. Then came the breaking point. The day I crumpled on the bathroom floor. Tears hot. Breath ragged. Chest heaving. I had nothing left to give. Nothing left to lose. Why keep fighting? I screamed at the mirror. Why crawl when everyone says I'll never run? That moment, that raw, shattered moment, I realized something life-changing. Rock bottom isn't a grave. It's a foundation. I could stay broken or rebuild myself stronger, brick by bloody brick. So I turned inward, where the world was loud. I sought silence, where others doubted. I dug for truth. I asked my soul the hard questions. Who are you when no one's watching? What do you love when no one applauds? I stopped begging for validation, started building my own worth. In that sacred quiet, I found a voice, gentle but unshakable. It whispered, "Keep going." So I whispered back, "Yes, yes, yes, yes." That whisper became my war cry, my anthem, my lifeline. When applications were rejected, I whispered, "Next." When critics laughed, I whispered, "Watch me." When fear screamed, "Stop," I whispered, "Forward." That tiny yes grew louder, louder than their noise, louder than my fear, louder than every no that ever crushed me. Feel that fire in your chest right now. That's your yes, your unkillable truth, your refusal to disappear. So let me tell you this. When the world says no, whisper your yes. When doubt says quit, whisper your yes. When loneliness says no one cares, scream your yes. Your yes is your power. Your yes is your rebellion. Your yes is your revolution. They rejected me again and again, but I refuse to reject myself. And you will rise from every no-go. You will bloom in the darkness. You will be your own validation, your own hero. Your own unbreakable yes. Now, lean into that quiet strength and whisper it with me. Yes, I will. Yes, I can. Yes. Chapter 3. One step at a time. The power of small efforts. They rejected me. They laughed. They said I had nothing. I believed them for a while. Then came chapter 3. The chapter where the real magic begins. Not with a bang, but with a whisper. A single, determined step. Listen close. This is where hope becomes action. My dream felt huge, impossible, like trying to climb a mountain in the dark. Where do you even start? When the peak is lost in clouds, when your legs feel weak, you start right here, on the ground, with the ground beneath your feet. You start with what you can do, not what you can't. I had nothing grand, no fanfare, no audience, just me, and 10 minutes. That's all I gave myself. 10 minutes a day to learn one new thing, to practice one small skill, to move my body just a little bit further. 10 minutes. It felt like nothing, insignificant, a drop in an ocean. The world didn't notice. Of course it didn't. Why would it? But I noticed. I felt it, deep inside, that tiny spark, igniting. Show up when no one is watching. Show up when the bed feels too warm. Show up when the voice inside whispers, why bother? Show up because that is the secret. That is the foundation. The world celebrates the explosion, but it's built on a million silent moments, on discipline disguised as doubt, on effort that feels invisible. I started small, painfully small, reading one page a night, just one, when my eyes were heavy, walking around the block, just once, when my spirit felt crushed, writing one sentence, just one, when my mind screamed it was useless. One page, one block, one sentence. Feel the power in that. One tadotai. It's a declaration, a rebellion against the overwhelming, a fist raised to impossibility. One step, tadai. That's how you begin. Think of a wall, a massive, towering wall blocking your path. How do you break it down? Not with one giant smash. Not usually. You break it down, brick by brick, chip by chip, day by day. Every single effort, no matter how tiny, is you lifting that hammer, you striking that stone. One brick, then another, and another. The wall doesn't fall overnight, but it will fall, because you keep hitting it. You keep chipping away, one brick at a time. They see the wall fall. They call it sudden, a miracle. They don't see the years of chipping, the blistered hands, the quiet, relentless hammering. They don't see the thousands of tiny cracks you created before it finally gave way. That's your power. The power of the unseen effort. The power of the daily grind. It's easy to move when the music is loud, when the crowd is cheering, when motivation floods your veins like fire. But what happens when the music stops? When the crowd goes home? When the fire cools to embers? That's the test. That's the crucible. That's where champions are forged. not in the spotlight, but in the silence, in the grind, when only you know you showed up. Motivation. Motivation is a fair weather friend. It comes and goes like the tide. It's beautiful, exciting, but you cannot build your house on shifting sand. You need bedrock. You need discipline. Discipline is the quiet engine, the steady hum beneath the noise. It's showing up when motivation is asleep. It's doing the work, simply because you said you would, because you committed to yourself. I learned this in the darkest hours, after the failures piled high, the rejection stung deep. I sat alone, wondering if it was all pointless. But then I remembered my 10 minutes, my one page, my one block, my one sentence. I hadn't built a castle yet, but I had laid a single brick, and that brick was mine, earned, real dot. No one could take that brick from me, so I did it again. The next day, just 10 minutes, just one brick, and the day after, and the day after that. Some days, the brick felt heavy, like lifting a mountain. Some days, it felt light, almost easy, but I placed it every single day. Consistency, that's the rhythm of victory, the heartbeat of the underdog rising. Don't despise the small beginnings. Don't curse the tiny steps. Embrace them. Celebrate them. That 10-minute effort, it's not just 10 minutes. It's a vote, a powerful vote cast for your future self. It's you saying, I believe in what I'm building, even if I can't see it yet. Every small effort is a sacred promise you make to your dream. Think of a bucket. A single drop of water seems meaningless, useless, but keep adding drops, one after another, day after day. What happens? Slowly, steadily, the bucket fills, drop by drop, dot, effort by effort, habit by habit. The bucket fills. It always fills. If you keep putting drops in, never underestimate the power of consistent drops. They create oceans. The lessons from failure? They became my fuel. Every no, every stumble, every time I fell short, they taught me. They showed me where the path was uneven, where I needed more strength, more focus, more resilience. Failure wasn't the end of my story. It was the rough draft, the messy blueprint. Failure sculpted me, made me stronger for the next step, the next brick, the next drop. But you won't feel powerful every day. You won't see progress every day. Some days, it will feel like you're running in place, like nothing is changing. That's the illusion. That's the fog on the mountain. Trust the process. Trust the tiny steps. Deep underground, roots are spreading. Muscles are strengthening. Knowledge is compounding. You are building. Even when you can't see the building, feel the weight of your own commitment. Feel the power in your daily choice to show up, to do the small thing, the insignificant thing, the essential thing. That's where your hero's journey truly lives. Not in the grand speeches later, but in the quiet whispers to yourself. Just 10 more minutes, just one more step. This is your foundation. This daily discipline, this relentless consistency. This is the unshakable ground you stand on. When storms come, and they will come, this foundation holds. While others are swept away by doubt, you stand firm. Because you built yourself, brick by brick, day by day, step by step. You built yourself strong. They ask, how did you do it? They want the big secret, the magic formula. I tell them, I started before I was ready. I started with less than I needed. I started small. I showed up for 10 minutes when an hour felt impossible. I read one page when the book felt too heavy. I took one step when the road felt endless. Small efforts repeated become unstoppable forces. So hear me now, wherever you are. However impossible your mountain seems, pick up your hammer, find your brick, your 10 minutes, your one page, your single step. Do it today, and then do it again tomorrow. Don't look for the applause. Don't wait for the perfect moment. The perfect moment is now. This moment, this choice. Show up for yourself. Place your brick. Add your drop. Take your step. Feel the power surge in the act itself. The power of showing up. The power of consistency. The power of believing in the tiny, mighty effort. This is how you build your future. This is how you transform. One step, one brick, one drop, one day at a time. You are building something magnificent. Brick by brick. Start now. Just start. Chapter 4. Pain is the teacher, and I listened. Life hit me. Hard, tight, unexpected, without mercy. I bled. I cried. I curled up on cold floors, alone in the dark, wondering if I'd survive. Pain doesn't knock politely. It kicks down doors. It shatters your bones and your dreams. But here's the secret I learned. Pain isn't your enemy. It's your fiercest teacher. I remember the betrayals. People I trusted vanished like smoke. Promises turned to dust in my hands. Each "I'll be there" became silence. Each "I believe in you" became a lie. My heart cracked, opened, bleeding, empty. I asked the universe, why me? No answer came, just echoes. But in that hollow silence, I heard truth. Betrayal taught me loyalty to myself. Lost carved canyons in my soul. Jobs gone. Homes lost. Loved ones buried. Grief wrapped around me like chains. I couldn't breathe, couldn't move. Tears became my only language. But water-shaped stone, friend. Every tear softened the rock of my resistance. Loss screamed, "You're broken." But I whispered back, "I'm being rebuilt." Loss taught me to hold nothing but hope. Physical pain became my shadow. Exhaustion dragging me down. Illness clawing at my body. Days when getting up felt like climbing mountains. Doctors shook their heads. The world said, stop, quit, accept limits. But pain has two voices. One whispers defeat. The other roars, listen. So I leaned in, closer. My aching muscles, they taught me endurance. My trembling hands, they taught me grace. Pain screamed, "You're weak." I roared back, "I'm learning strength." Then came the breakdown. The night I shattered. Fists against walls, voice raw from screaming. Why? I cried to the ceiling. Why keep fighting? In that moment, I almost surrendered. Almost. But deep in the wreckage, a spark. A voice inside, calm, clear, unbroken. You're still here. That means something. That's when I learned to listen. Really, listen. Not to the world's noise, but to pain's wisdom. Pain said, I am your mirror. See what's real. So I stared into the reflection. Saw my fear, my doubt, my hidden power. Pain said, I am your fire. Let me forge you. So I stopped running, stood in the flames, and let them burn away weakness. Pain taught me resilience. How? By breaking me. No. Again and again. Each fracture healed stronger. Like kintsugi gold mending shattered pottery. I learned. Scars aren't in shame. They're proof. Proof you fought. Proof you survived. Proof you chose to rise. Pain taught me compassion. Until you've bled, you can't feel others' wounds. Until you've gasped for air, you can't offer breath. My pain became my bridge to you, to your struggles, your silent battles. Now when I see your tears, I don't look away. I say, I know, I've been there. Let's walk together. Pain taught me clarity. When everything's stripped away, truth remains. No money. You find a resourcefulness. No friends. You find inner strength. No plan. You find faith. Pain scrapes off the paint, reveals the raw wood, and raw wood can be carved into anything. So how did I turn agony into fuel? First, I stopped numbing it. No more hiding in distractions. No more pretending I'm fine. I sat with the hurt, invited it to tea, said, speak, I'm ready to hear you. Second, I asked better questions. Instead of why is this happening to me, I asked, what is this teaching me? Third, I honored the lesson, wrote it down, sung it loud, burned it into my bones. Pain, you are my professor, my curriculum, my graduation. Remember this, the deepest caves hold the brightest diamonds. Pressure creates them, darkness reveals them. You're being crystallized right now. Every setback, every heartbreak is another layer of coal becoming diamond. So let pain polish you. Let it cut away what you no longer need. Let it reveal your true brilliance. They told you pain is weakness. Lise, pain is courage shouting, I'm still here. Pain is wisdom whispering, grow. Pain is love reminding, you're alive. I won't tell you it's easy. Some days, the weight crushes. Some nights, the ghosts visit. But hear me, you are stronger than your suffering. Look at your hands. They've held so much hurt, yet still open, still reach, still build, still give. That's not weakness. That's warrior spirit. So stand tall in your fire. Let it refine you. Let it teach you. Let it remind you. You are unbreakable. You are becoming. You are already victorious. Life hit me. I bled. I cried. But I listened. And pain spoke the truth. You were born for this. You are enough. Now rise. Chapter 5. No one believed in me, So I became my own hero. Look around you. See those empty seats? Those silent phones? Those turned backs? That was my world. No cheers. No high fives. No whispered "you've got this." Just silence. A crushing, heavy silence. And in that silence, I found my truth. No one believed in me. So I became my own hero. Feel this with me. Close your eyes. Imagine standing at the edge of a cliff. Your dream is on the other side. But behind you, no one. No safety net. No ropes. No crowd chanting your name. Just wind and doubt. That's where I lived. That's where you might be standing right now. Alone. Unseen. Unbelieved in. I know that ache. That hollow echo in your chest. That voice whispering, maybe they're right. Stop. Breathe. Hear me now. They said I couldn't. They said I wouldn't. They said I shouldn't even try. Be realistic, they sighed. Know your place, they warned. Dream smaller, they insisted. Their words were walls. Thick, high-tech camel. Suffocating. I pounded on those walls, begging for a door, a crack, a single finger hold. Nothing opened. No hand reached back. Just the echo of my own fists. Do-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da. My knuckles bled. My hope frayed. But deep down, a tiny ember glowed. My own voice, faint at first, then clearer, stronger. Dot. If not them, then me. Remember this truth. Belief doesn't need an audience. Applause is noise. Validation is vapor. True power, it starts inside. In the quiet. In the dark. Where no one else can see. I became my own coach. My own cheerleader. My own lifeline. Before sunrise, when the world slept, I looked in the mirror, eyes tired, spirit weary, and I spoke out loud, firm, clear. I believe in you. Every single dull morning, even when my voice shook, even when tears fell. I believe in you. Say it now. Whisper it. I believe in me. Feel that? That's your power waking up. The journey, it was lonely. Oh, so lonely. Walking a path no one else could see. Carrying a hope no one else could feel. Working while others partied. Studying while others slept. Falling and scraping myself up. Alone. No hand reached down. No voice said, "Get up." So I became that hand. I became that voice. Resetortum. I'd command myself. Rise. Again. And I did. Muscle by muscle. Will by will. Building strength no crowd could give me. Forging courage no cheer could ignite. I was the fire. And I was the fuel. There were days. Oh, the hard days. Days the doubt screamed louder than my resolve. Why keep going? No one cares. See? Another failure. They were right. That's when heroes are made. Not in the spotlight, but in the shadows, where the only witness is you. I faced that screaming doubt, stared it down, and I answered, not with shouts, but with action. One more step. B. One more try. One more page read. One more mile run. One more door knocked on. Action is belief made visible. When no one clapped, I clapped for myself. Clap. 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 Slow. Steady. Defiant. Celebrating the invisible victories. The courage to continue. The refusal to quit. That's heroism. Let me tell you the secret. The glorious, terrifying secret. When you become your own hero, you become unstoppable. You don't wait for permission. You don't beg for approval. You act. You decide. You claim your life. You learn a sacred truth. Your belief in yourself is the only belief that truly matters. It's armor against ridicule. It's rocket fuel for dreams. It's the unshakable core that holds you upright when every head shakes no. Look at your hands right now. These hands, they hold your power, your future, your hero's journey. Stop waiting for the crowd. Stop listening for the cheers. Be your own crowd. Be your own cheer. Shout your name in the silence. Champion your own cause. When no one lends you strength, dig deeper. Find the wellspring inside you. It's there. I promise. Deeper than doubt. Stronger than fear. Pure. Limitless. Yours. I stand before you now, not because someone carried me, but because I carried myself. Step, tied by agonizing step. I am my own creation, my own victory, my own hero. And you have that same power, that same fire, that same hero sleeping in your soul. Wake it up. Look in your mirror tonight. See the warrior looking back. See the believer. See the hero. And tell them with everything you've got, I've got you. I believe in you. We will do this. The world might be silent. The path might be dark. The doubters might be loud. But you have the mightiest voice of all. Your own. Speak faith. Roar courage. Command greatness. No one believed in me, so I became my own hero. Now, become yours. The world needs your light. Ignite it from within. Now, beam, raise, door. Now, fight. Now, believe. Hero, taught. It's your name. Wear it. Own it. Live it. Go. Your greatest ally is already inside you. Trust them. Be them. Start. Chapter 6. The Wall of Fear and How I Broke Through. You stand there, staring up. It's massive. Cold. Impossibly high. Made of every doubt. Every whispered, you can't. Every memory of falling. This is the wall of fear. And it blocks your path completely. You feel it, don't you? That tightening in your chest. That voice hissing, turn back, play it safe, you're not ready. You'll fail again. It's real. So real. It steals your breath. Your hands feel cold. Your legs feel weak. The ground beneath you seems to sway. That wall, it looks like the end of the road. I know that wall. Oh, I know it intimately. I built parts of it myself, brick by painful brick. Each failure added another layer. Each rejection made it thicker. Each time I stumbled, the shadows grew taller. And the worst part? Imposter syndrome. That sneaky voice inside. Who do you think you are? They'll find out you're a fraud. You don't belong here. It echoes in the silence, louder than any cheer ever could. It paralyzes you, makes you question everything you've done, everything you dream of. Fear isn't just a feeling, it's a physical force. It wraps around your heart like icy chains. It sits heavy on your shoulders, pushing you down. Your mind races. Disaster scenarios play on repeat. What if I fall? What if they laugh? What if I prove them right? The what ifs become monsters. They grow fangs and claws in the darkness of your own thoughts. They feed on your uncertainty. They feast on your past stumbles. And they scream that staying small is safer. That not trying means not failing. But is that living? Really living? I stood frozen before my wall too, paralyzed, heart pounding like a drum against my ribs, sweat cold on my brow. Every instinct screamed, run, hide, disappear. The fear wasn't just about failing again. It was deeper. It was the terror of confirming my deepest, darkest fear. Maybe I really am not enough. Maybe the doubters were right all along. That thought was the coldest brick of all. It felt like truth carved in stone, unmovable, final, dirty. But here's what I learned. Staring at that impossible wall. The fear doesn't go away by wishing. It doesn't vanish if you close your eyes. Ignoring it just makes it grow. Bigger, stronger, more suffocating. You can't wait for the fear to leave. You have to move with it. You have to walk right up to that wall. Touch its cold, rough surface. Feel the terror vibrate through your fingertips. Acknowledge it. Yes, you are here. Yes, you are huge. Yes, you scare me. Name it. Dwala. See it for what it is. Not a truth, but a feeling. A powerful, ancient feeling designed to protect you. But sometimes it just cages you. My moment came. Rock bottoms isn't always loud. Sometimes it's a terrifying quiet. The silence of surrender. I was there, back against that cold, hard wall. Nowhere left to retreat. The fear had chased me into a corner, and in that suffocating stillness, a tiny spark ignited. A whisper, faint but fierce, beneath the roar of doubt. What's worse, staying here, crushed by this weight, or taking one step, just one step, forward? Staying meant a slow death of the spirit. A life half lived. One step meant possibility, even if it meant falling again. So I made a choice. Not a grand, fearless leap, just a decision. A trembling, sweat-drenched decision. I will face it. Not because I was brave. I wasn't. I was terrified, shaking like a leaf in a storm. But I chose to move towards the fear, not away. I chose to take that first, impossible step. My legs felt like lead. My breath came in ragged gasps. Every cell screamed no, but my spirit whispered, yes. One step, then another, closer to the wall, closer to the thing I feared most. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't graceful. It was messy. It was hard. There were stumbles, moments where the fear surged back, stronger than ever. Moments I wanted to crumple, but I kept remembering that whisper. One step. I focused only on the very next thing, not the whole wall, not the terrifying height, just the next brick, the next small action, the next shaky breath. Discipline kicked in where motivation fled. I showed up, even trembling, especially trembling. I faced the fear, minute by minute, hour by hour, day by exhausting day, and something shifted, slowly, imperceptibly at first. Each time I faced the fear, it flinched, just a little. Each time I took action despite the trembling, the grip loosened, just a fraction. I realized fear shouts, but courage speaks softly. It speaks in the quiet determination to keep going. It speaks in the sweat on your brow, in the grit of your teeth, in the refusal to be defined by the pounding of your own heart. I wasn't fearless. I became fear-facing, and that changes everything. I started talking back to that imposter voice, to the what if monsters, not with shouting, but with quiet truth. I am here. I am trying. That is enough. I have fallen before. I will rise again. This feeling is fear. It is not my fate. Affirmations aren't magic. They are anchors. They tether you to your strength when the storm of fear rages. Repeat them. Whisper them. Shout them if you must. I am capable. I am resilient. I am moving forward. Feel the power in those words. Claim them. Breaking through wasn't a single dramatic explosion. It was crack. Then another. Then another. Each small act of courage chipped away at the wall. Each time I chose action over paralysis, a brick crumbled. Each time I breathed through the panic, the mortar weakened. The day came. It wasn't a fanfare day when I realized I was through. Not over. Through. I had walked into the fear, felt its full force, and emerged on the other side. The wall was still there, but it was behind me. Broken. Not by a miracle, but by 1,000 tiny acts of defiance. The view from the other side, breathtaking. Not because everything was suddenly easy. It wasn't. But because I knew, deep in my bones, what I was truly capable of. I had faced the monster within. I had stared into the abyss of my own doubt, and I hadn't blinked. The fear didn't vanish. It still visits. But now I know its name. I know its tricks. And I know I am stronger. So much stronger. Because I faced it. I walked through it. I broke it down. Brick by trembling brick. Dot. So look at your wall. Really see it. Feel its cold shadow. Acknowledge the terror it brings. That's okay. That's human. Now, take a breath. A deep, grounding breath. Feel your feet on the floor. Feel your heart beating life. That fear, it's just a wall. And walls are made to be broken. You don't need to fly over it today. You just need to take one step. One single, courageous step towards it. Place your hand on that cold stone. Feel its reality. Then take another step, and another. Chip away. Face it. Speak your truth. I am here. I am moving. You will not stop me. Feel the fear. Feel it completely. Let it wash over you. Acknowledge its power. Then choose. Choose to take that step anyway. Your trembling hand. That's not weakness. That's courage shaking loose the chains. Your pounding heart. That's not panic. That's the drumbeat of your rising spirit. Your shaky breath. That's not defeat. That's the wind filling your sails for the journey through. Face it. Step towards it. Chip away at it. Speak your power into its shadow. You are big. You are real. But I am bigger. I am stronger. And I break it down. Brick. Dot. By. Brick. Dot. Your freedom lies on the other side. Go. Get it. Got. Now. Chapter 7. The Power of Discipline When Motivation Dies. Listen, I know that feeling. That moment when the alarm screams at 5 a.m. and your body feels like lead. When the gym bag sits untouched by the door. When the dream feels too heavy, too far. You stare at the ceiling and the fire inside you. It's gone. Just cold ash. Motivation is a spark. Beautiful. Bright, dirty, but fragile. It dances in the wind of doubt and vanishes. You've felt it, haven't you? That rush on day 1, day 2, then silence, emptiness, power. The world turns gray. But discipline is the fire, not a flicker. A roaring blaze built log by log, day by day, hour by hour. It doesn't ask if you're inspired. It doesn't care if you're tired. It only asks, will you show up anyway? I remember days when my soul felt hollow. When getting out of bed was a war. I'd open my notebook and the page stayed blank. I'd lace my shoes and sit on the curb, head in hands. Why today? I'd whisper. Why me? The world offered me 1,000 excuses, 1,000,000 distractions. But deep down, I knew the dream wasn't dead. The worker was. So I started small, painfully small. 5 minutes of writing. Just 5. Not a novel. Not a masterpiece. 5 minutes. 1 push-up. 1 page read. 1 phone call made. No applause. No trophies. Just me and the clock and the choice. Some days I failed. Oh yes. I skipped. I hid. I let the darkness win. And guilt would crush me like a stone. You're weak, it hissed. You'll never change. But then I learned the secret. Failure isn't the end. It's the lesson. The fall isn't fatal. Staying down is. So I'd rise. Again. Wipe the mud off my knees. Forgive myself. In the mirror. And start. Again. Not with a roar, but with a whisper. Just today, I'd say. Just this hour. Just this step. I built a fortress of tiny choices. Brick by brick. tier by tier. Discipline isn't a thunderclap. It's the rain. Steady, relentless, falling drop by drop until it carves canyons into rock. It's making your bed when your heart is broken. It's cooking a meal when you crave chaos. It's showing up when every cell screams, run. You think champions are born with iron wills? No. They forge them in the quiet crucible of dawn, in the lonely hours when no one watches. They don't wait for a sign. They become the sign. They don't chase motivation. They embody commitment. Feelingsly. They shift like desert sand. But discipline? It's bedrock. When passion sleeps, discipline stands guard. When doubt screams, discipline answers with action, not emotion. Motion. One foot, then the other. Again and again and again. This is where destinies are built. Not in the spotlight, but in the shadows of struggle. Not on the mountain peak, but on the 1,000th step of the climb. When the music fades, and all you hear is your own breath, your own heartbeat, your own choice, forward or back, build or break. So, today, if you're tired, I see you. If you're scared, I've been there. If motivation has left you stranded, breathe. This isn't the end. It's the test. The sacred test. Will you show up, even when it hurts? Will you choose grit over guilt? Will you be the fire when the spark dies? Say it with me now. I am not my feelings. I am my actions. I am not my fatigue. I am my focus. I am not a flicker. I am the fire. Now rise. Open the door. High. Silence the noise. And do the work. Not because it's easy. Because you are worth it. The world needs your discipline. Your dream demands it. So burn when others fade. Build when others quit. Become what motivation only promised. Discipline isn't your chains. It's your wings. Now fly. Chapter 8. Breakdowns before breakthroughs. Listen. Lean in close. Because this is where the darkness almost won. This is the chapter written in tears, on cold floors, in the suffocating quiet of giving up. Your breakdown is coming. Or maybe you're deep inside it right now. Feel that? That crushing weight. That voice whispering, stop. It's too much. You're not enough. I know that voice. I lived in its shadow. I broke down. Completely. Totally. Shattered. Picture it. After all the effort, the tiny steps, the silent discipline, nothing. Just nothing. Worse than nothing. A setback so massive it felt like an eraser, wiping out every gain, every scrap of hope. The world felt heavy, unbearably heavy. I remember staring at the ceiling for hours, empty, hollow, dotted. The fight, gone, just gone. The dream, a cruel joke, a flicker snuffed out. I was done, truly, utterly done. The tears came then, not the soft kind, the ugly, heaving sobs that shake your whole body, the kind that leave you gasping on the floor. My pillow knew my despair. My walls heard my defeat. Why keep trying? Why face the rejection again? The laughter, the endless no, the pain wasn't just emotional, it was physical, a lead weight in my chest. Every failure, every doubt, every you can't echoed in that room, louder than ever. I felt smaller than small, weaker than weak. Have you been there? Are you there now? That point where the mountain seems unclimbable, where the path vanishes, where giving up feels like the only sane choice. I see you. I feel you. Because I was you. Rock bottom isn't soft. It's cold. It's hard. It scrapes your soul raw. You look around. Nothing. No map. No light. Just the crushing silence of your own perceived failure. Is this it? You whisper. Is this all I am? Let me tell you what I learned on that cold, hard floor. Breakdowns aren't the end. They are the brutal, necessary beginning. The stripping away, the demolition, before the rebuild, in the broken pieces. That's where you find your truth. Stripped bare of pride, of pretense, of false hope. Only the raw core remains. What is your core made of? That's the question the breakdown forces you to answer. Who are you when everything else is gone? Lying there, broken. A strange stillness eventually came, after the storm of tears, after the screaming silence. A quiet, a terrifying, profound quiet. In that quiet, a tiny spark refused to die, buried deep, almost invisible. But there, a faint pulse. I am still here, just a whisper. I am still breathing, and that whisper became everything. Why? The question roared back, louder than the pain. Why am I doing this? Not for applause, not for them, not even for some distant victory. Why? Deep down, past the fear, past the doubt, what fire still burns? Find that why. Your why is your anchor. Your why is your lifeline. It's not about the goal out there. It's about the person in here. Who do you choose to be in this moment? Broken or rebuilding? I chose. Right there, face streaked, heart aching, I chose. Not victory, not success, not yet. I chose to get up. Just that. One trembling limb at a time. Pushing against the crushing gravity of despair. Getting up wasn't pretty. It wasn't strong. It was raw. It was real. It was the most important decision I ever made. I chose to try. Just one more time. For me. For me. Breakdowns break illusions. They shatter the false idea that the path is smooth. That strength is constant. That heroes never fall. We fall. We all fall. Hard. Difference. Heroes get back up. Not once. Again and again. Your breakdown isn't weakness. It's the universe demanding you dig deeper. Deeper than you ever thought possible. What you find there is your real power. Think of the strongest metal. How is it forged? In the hottest fire. Under the hardest hammer. Your spirit is that metal. Your breakdown? That's the forge. The fire that feels like it's destroying you is actually forging you, reshaping you, making you stronger than you imagined. Embrace the heat. Don't run from the hammer. This pain is your teacher. The strictest, harshest, most valuable teacher you ever have. Listen to it. Learn from it. That moment on the floor, that was my rebirth. Not from comfort, not from ease, from utter devastation. I rebuilt myself, brick by painful brick, habit by silent habit, tear by tear. I rebuilt with the pieces of my broken self. And you know what? Those broken pieces fit together stronger. The cracks, they show where I healed, where I grew. My scars became my armor. Your breakthrough doesn't come around the breakdown. It comes through it, straight through the heart of the storm. You don't avoid the darkness to find the light. You walk through the darkness, carrying your own spark. And when you emerge, you are changed, transformed. The person who walks out is not the same person who fell in. They are stronger, wiser, sharp, more resilient, more alive. Remember this when your walls close in. The night is darkest just before the dawn. Your deepest despair often precedes your greatest leap. That feeling of being completely shattered, it means you're ready to be remade. Better, fiercer, unstoppable. Your breakdown is not your tombstone. It's your launch pad. So feel it. If you're breaking down right now, feel it. Don't numb it. Don't hide it. Let the tears fall. Let the rage roar. Let the doubt scream. Exhaust the despair. Because on the other side of that exhaustion comes clarity, comes strength, comes the unshakable knowledge. I survived this. I can survive anything. Get up, however you can. 1 inch, 1 breath, 1 heartbeat at a time. Get up, wipe your eyes, square your shoulders, look that mountain in the face. Get up, not because it's easy, because you refuse to stay down. Your breakthrough is waiting. It's waiting on the other side of this pain. It's forged in the fire you're walking through right now. This breakdown, this is your signal, your brutal, beautiful signal. The signal that you are being prepared. Prepared for something greater. Prepared for your rise. The pieces are falling apart so they can come together stronger. Trust the process. Trust the pain. Trust the power being forged within you. Your greatest breakthrough is just 1 step past your breaking point. Take that step. Rise from the ashes. Your time is now. Chapter 9. The rise. The moment it all started to work. Breathe. Just breathe. Feel this moment with me. This isn't just air filling your lungs. It's hope. Tangible, real hope. After the long, dark night, the sun finally breaks. Can you feel its warmth? That faint glow on your skin? That's what rising feels like. It's quiet at first, almost shy, like a seed pushing through concrete after years of trying. You barely notice it until you do. And then everything changes. That moment, your moment, when the weight shifts, when the struggle starts to sing, when the invisible work suddenly becomes visible. That moment when the world whispers, "It's working." Remember the silence, the deafening silence of effort, unseen, the lonely hours, the actions taken when no one was watching. No applause, no cheers, just you and the grind, day after day, showing up, even when your heart felt heavy, even when doubt screamed louder than belief. You kept going. You planted those tiny seeds of effort, invisible seeds, buried deep in the cold, hard ground of rejection, watered only by your tears and sweat. You trusted the process when the process gave you nothing back. You believed in the unseen harvest. That faith, that relentless, stubborn faith, is why you're here now, standing at the edge of dawn. Feel it? That tiny vibration beneath your feet? It's not an earthquake. It's momentum. Starting slowly, quietly, the first tremors of change. After pushing that boulder uphill for so long, suddenly it feels lighter. Just a fraction. But you feel it. That shift, that subtle release of pressure. Your muscles remember the strain. They know this new sensation isn't a trick. It's progress. Real progress. It's the universe finally whispering back, yes, keep going. You're on the right path. It's working. Can you hear it? That quiet hum of things aligning? It's the sound of your persistence paying off. Then it happens. The first sign. Small, maybe insignificant to others, but to you, it's a supernova. A single email, a nod of approval, a task mastered that once felt impossible, a number on a scale, a word of genuine encouragement, unexpected, undeniable. That tiny crack in the wall of resistance, light pours through. Just a sliver, but oh, how bright it is. That moment, that first undeniable proof, it hits you like lightning, like pure electric joy. It wasn't luck. Listen to me. It wasn't luck. It was every single time you chose courage over comfort. Every no you turned into fuel. Every tear you wiped away to try again. That moment is yours. Earned. Paid for in full. With your grit. With your heart. With your refusal to die buried. This is your sweat turning into light. Your pain becoming power. Your no becoming your no. They might look at you now. They see the flicker, the spark, catching fire. They see the result, the visible win. They see the surface, the tip of the iceberg. And maybe, just maybe, they call it luck. They whisper, he got a break, she was fortunate. Oh, let them talk. Smile. Know the truth. Deep in your bones. Know the truth. They didn't see the storm you weathered inside. They didn't feel the bone-deep exhaustion. They didn't hear the midnight battles with doubt. They didn't count the falls or the get-ups. They didn't live the relentless grind in the shadows. This isn't luck, my friend. This isn't luck. This is every sleepless night, every sacrifice made in silence, every time you believed in yourself when the world offered only silence. This is your relentless heart finally being seen. This is earned glory. Claim it. Own it. This is your rise. Feel the ground firm beneath you now, more solid than before. That's confidence. Real confidence. Not arrogance, not pride, but the deep, quiet knowing. The certainty that comes from having been forged in fire. You faced the heat. You didn't melt. You hardened. You became stronger, tempered. This confidence isn't loud. It's steady. It's a rock, a foundation you built yourself, brick by painful brick, failure by failure, lesson by hard-won lesson. Now you stand on it, unshakable, knowing deep within, I built this, I earned this, I can handle what comes next. That feeling, that's power. True power, rooted in struggle, watered by resilience. That's your unshakable core. Feel it radiating. That's your strength, undeniable. Notice the shift around you? Subtle, but real. People start to lean in, just a little. Eyes hold yours a fraction longer. A hand offered. A door cracked open. Not a floodgate. Not yet. But a trickle. A recognition. Not of fame, but of substance. Of something real being built. They sense the shift. The quiet power of your persistence. The undeniable evidence of your rise. It's not about fanfare. It's about resonance. Your energy, your frequency is changing, vibrating higher, and it starts to attract, align, connect. Support arrives, not because you begged, but because you built something worthy of support. You became undeniable. You became magnetic. This is the universe responding to your unwavering signal. I am here. I am rising. Join me. The path ahead hasn't magically smoothed. Challenges still loom. Obstacles remain. But look at you now. You are different. Transformed. Forged. You look at those mountains not with dread, but with determination. A fierce, quiet fire. Bring it, your spirit whispers, because you know deep in your soul, you have climbed steeper, you have weathered worse, you have survived the impossible, and you came out stronger, wiser, unbroken. This new challenge, it's just terrain, and you are a force of nature. A mountain mover, a storm rider. You carry the proof of your power within you. Every scar, every lesson, every ounce of grit you forged in the darkness. You face the future, not with fear, but with fierce anticipation. Ready, always ready. This feeling, this rising, it's more than success. It's fulfillment. A deep, resonant chord struck within your soul. This is purpose realized, potential unlocked. This is the echo of every dream you whispered in the dark, finally sounding loud and clear. This is the why behind every tear, every drop of sweat, every moment you wanted to quit but didn't. This feeling, this deep, soul-satisfying knowing, this is the ultimate reward. It's not just about reaching a goal. It's about becoming the person capable of reaching it. It's about meeting the hero you always were, deep inside. This feeling? This is your soul, singing its victory song. Hear it? Let it fill you. Let it heal every old wound. Let it fuel every next step. This is your essence, rising. So stand here. Stand tall in this moment. Breathe in this air of your own making. This is your dawn, your breakthrough, your undeniable proof. Feel the power surging through you? That's the energy of every single step you took in the dark. Every fall, every rise, converging. Right here, right now. This is your momentum. Captured, harnessed. Feel its electric potential. This isn't the peak. Oh no. This is just the beginning. The base camp. the launching pad. Look up. The summit gleams, higher than you ever dreamed possible. But now you know. You know the path. You know the price. And you know you have the power. The power forged in fire. The resilience built in the storm. The discipline honed in silence. The belief proven in action. You are ready. You are so ready. This rise, it's yours. Own it. Celebrate it. Feel its glorious energy. And then keep climbing. The best, the very best, is yet to come. Your greatest chapters are unwritten. Your highest peaks await. Rise, restore, Pars, Rise. This is your moment. Zeit, the world is waiting for your light. Go shine. Chapter 10. From zero to hero and still climbing. So, here we stand. At the peak we once only dreamed of seeing. The summit that seemed impossible from the valley floor. Look back. With me. Look at the distance covered. See that tiny dot? Way down there. That was me. That was you. That was zero. Bruised. Broken. Believing against all evidence. Whispering dreams in the dark. Today, they call me hero. But the climb, oh, the climb isn't over. Not for me. And certainly not for you. This view? It's breathtaking. But it's fuel. Not a finish line. Because the greatest heroes, they never stop climbing. They reach one peak and see the next. Higher, brighter, beconing. The fire that got me here, it still burns. It burns even brighter now, because I know what it took. Every stumble carved wisdom, every tear watered resilience, every no fueled a fiercer yes inside. And that is the real treasure. Not the applause, not the title, but the transformation, the forging in the fires of struggle. That is priceless. Gratitude floods my heart. Profound, overwhelming gratitude for the darkness, because it taught me to cherish the light. For the loneliness, because it forced me to find my own strength. For the doubters, because their no became my battle cry. For the falls, because they taught me how to rise. For the pain, my greatest, hardest teacher. I am grateful for every single scar. They are not marks of weakness. They are medals of survival, trophies of battles fought within, proof that I endured, proof that I learned, proof that I grew. They remind me where I came from. They anchor me in humility, because this view, it's easy to forget. Forget the cold nights, forget the empty stomach, forget the echoing silence of having no one. But I remember, I carry it, not as a burden, but as a compass, guiding me, always, reminding me of the climb, reminding me of you, still climbing, still fighting, still believing. Listen closely now, lean in. This is for you, standing where you are, maybe still in the valley shadows, maybe halfway up the treacherous slope, maybe feeling utterly alone. Hear me, you are not alone. I see you. I was you. Your struggle is valid. Your pain is real. Your dream is worthy. Never, ever let anyone convince you otherwise. The world might not see your effort yet. They might not hear your silent battles. But I know the courage it takes just to get up today. I know the strength it takes to whisper hope in the storm. I honor your fight. You are stronger than you know, braver than you feel, more capable than you believe. Right now, in this moment, with the weight you carry, you are enough. Enough to start. Enough to take that next small step. Let me share the stones I carried from the valley, the lessons etched on my soul. First, your dream is yours alone to carry. Protect it fiercely. Nurture it in secret, if you must, but never abandon it. It is your North Star. Second, believe in yourself first, before anyone else does, especially when no one else does. That inner belief is your unshakable core. Third, discipline is your true superpower. Motivation fades, feelings fluctuate, but discipline shows up every single day, even when it hurts, especially when it hurts. Fourth, fear is not your enemy. Fear is the edge of your growing space. Walk towards it, feel it, use its energy, step beyond it, again and again. Fifth, your lowest point is not your end. It's often the launch pad. The breakdown clears the way for the breakthrough. Hold on. Just hold on. The dawn will break. Sixth, small steps create monumental change. Never despise the tiny beginnings. 10 minutes, 1 page, a single act of courage. Compounded, they move mountains. Seventh, you are responsible for your climb, but you don't have to climb alone. Reach out, lift others as you rise. Their light will warm your path. This is the heroes to reward, not standing alone on the peak, but turning and reaching down, lifting the next climber, shining a light on their path, sharing the map drawn with your scars. This is why we climb, not just for ourselves, but for those coming behind us, for those still lost in the valley. Your success is not complete until you help others succeed. Make your journey matter. Use your voice to ignite theirs. Use your strength to lift their burden. Use your story to write hope on their hearts. Be the hand you needed. Be the voice you longed to hear. Be the proof that zero can become hero, because you are that proof. Right now, look around you now. See the landscape from this height. It's vast, limitless, filled with more mountains, more challenges, more dreams waiting to be claimed. This peak, it's beautiful, but it's just base camp for the next adventure, the next climb, the next version of myself I must become. The fire, it demands more. The dream, it expands. The purpose, it deepens. Comfort, it's the enemy of growth. the killer of potential. So I keep climbing, not driven by lack, but by love. Love for the struggle, love for the growth, love for the possibility still unfolding. The hero's journey never ends. It evolves. It ascends. It reaches for the impossible again and again. Because settling, that's not for us. We are climbers. We are fighters. We are the ones who transform zero into hero. So here is my truth, my raw, earned truth. I made it from the absolute bottom, through the fire, through the tears, through the crushing weight of doubt. But this is not the end. It's only the beginning of the next level, the next challenge, the next opportunity to grow, to serve, to shine even brighter. The view from here is incredible, but the climb, the relentless, beautiful, painful, glorious climb, that is where life truly happens. That is where you are forged. That is where legends are born, not in the arrival, but in the ascent. So keep climbing, one step, one breath, one heartbeat at a time. Embrace the struggle. Trust the process. Believe in your impossible. Your mountain is waiting. Your summit is calling. Your hero is within you, right now, begging to rise. I see it. I believe it. Now it's your turn. Your turn to climb. Your turn to fight. Your turn to transform. Your turn to go from zero to hero. And then keep climbing. Always keep climbing. The world needs your light. Shine. Shine now. Shine forever.